Oh, they really want their Sorin. Okay, that hurts. And right now we get card with Kaito. We need to establish some, board presence. And invoke the spell will still hurt. If not the fact that we have another wedding announcement and suddenly our creatures are numerous, let's say. Hello everyone, it's Sloth, and today we are back with ESPER. And ESPER has become this weird token thing lately. So I think we need to make a little bit more grace to the standard classic control deck. And I really missed the card Voidrant. So this is one of the reasons I wanted to showcase this deck, because we are back to, at least some kind of control. We also have the new favorite of Dennick. I didn't play enough with the Dennick, but it definitely is a pretty cool card, especially if you can buff it. So, about the deck, you probably know most of the cards. There are not many, if at all, new cards from the new set. So the idea is that we have a lot of small dudes. We have basically Kaito engine that will draw us cards, so for this reason we are playing a lot of 2-drops. So while it might look a little bit like a control deck, it's in reality like a mid-range deck. So we don't go for the grindy long games. We actually want to, play a moderately long game, play some creatures, spam them with Raffine, draw some cards and just overwhelm opponent before he can go into his supreme late game. So our 2-drops are pretty powerful. Of course, we have the mentioned Dennick, but even Spirited Companion in this deck, it's such a scary card. The fact that you can play a 2-mana 1/1, and one of the hidden power of this card in the deck is that nearly nobody will waste removal on this card. And they don't know that you will follow it up with Kaito next turn. So you basically get usually free attack with the dog. Then you play Kaito, and then they are like, oh my god, I should have removed the dog. Now you got the free card for this. And this is some kind of surprise factor that might not be obvious, but it's definitely a thing. Also with Raffine, like every creature matters, so basically getting a 0-card creature for pretty cheap cost, like 2 mana is really good. All of this combines together into huge effect. And of course, as you know, the Powerhouse card, Wedding Announcement, well, this is played nearly everywhere for a reason. It's insanely powerful card. It makes every our creature so much stronger, and it really works very well with Dennick. Like Dennick on its own, it's just a 2-3 life linker, but when you get it to 3-4 life linker, it's huge difference. It might seem just extra attack and extra defense. Not really, because as we know, most of the games you will play is against Mono Black, and Mono Black doesn't have random cards, they have exactly the same cards always. Trespasser and Tenacious Underdog both have 3 attack. If you can pump it in any way to 4 toughness and lifelink, it means that they cannot ever race you until they deal with Dennick somehow. And you will see it in the games, like if you pump this with Emperor, they have so much trouble doing anything against this card, and the fact that you can lifelink means you can be so much more aggressive. Usually you just cannot, raise them, because you hit for 5, then they hit you for 7, and in the end you just lose to invoke Despair because it deals this last 6. And they also have Meathook most of the time, so they drain you on top of everything. And Tenacious Underdog can finish you off as well. But when you have lifelink, and especially if you pump it every turn, at some point they don't deal damage, while you deal quite a lot of damage, and they have 1 turn of buffer before they have to react. So if you can get rid of this buffer and they're at 10 or 12, they need to respect every single damage, especially with Raffine. Raffine is so hard to remove. Of course, Infernal Grasp is a big deal right now because everyone plays it. I guess Cut Down is extremely hard to deal with Raffine, but so far I didn't get too much Cut Down. And to be honest, usually you start with 2-drop, so usually this will eat the Cut Down, so the Raffine could be safe. Unless you are playing extremely good player that knows exactly what the deck you are playing. So this is the idea, and Voidrant is the fix for whatever goes wrong. It can kill Liliana, it can kill Meathook, it can kill this pesky Shroudred that will keep draining you. And actually Shroudred is extremely scary for this deck. because you draw with Kaito, you draw with Raffine, you draw with the dog, like with the underdog. And the fact that your opponent heals means that you have much harder time to just raise him. So to summarize, Shortcut needs to die as soon as possible. You have some counterplays with Make Disappear. If you can start making some tokens and then untap with Make Disappear, this is basically a hard counter because the games are not super long with this deck. Like, they can be long, but they're always like tempo based, right? So your opponent doesn't have a lot of time to react. He needs to play every single turn to maximum mana, or he just falls behind very quickly. So Make Disappear will be a hard counter, especially when you have any kind of token that you can sacrifice. And sometimes against some key cards, it's worth to sacrifice your soldier or whatever you are. The wedding announcement guy, right? Alright, so Emperor of course is the big closer for the deck. And from the small tech side, you have double Ganja, double Otawara, and one Takenuma. All of them are super cool and very useful. So this is the deck. I really enjoyed this one. This is pretty like standard. It's not control, it's just more of a pretty aggressive, pretty Esperish control deck, so you can enjoy it as a control player, but it doesn't go into this grindy 15 minutes game. So if you want something faster that is efficient, it's probably a good choice. And for the win rate and so on, this is a competitive deck, so you can definitely go to Mythic with this one. Yeah, pretty dicey. From my experience, it really depends how you draw. If you are on the play with Spirited Companion and Kaito and your opponent doesn't have removal, you probably won the game. Especially if you have Make Disappear after playing Kaito and you untap with it. If you mess up with lands, with something, you are definitely behind. So as usually, a lot depends on the draw, but definitely a lot of power in the deck. So with that being said, appreciate all the support, guys. I hope you enjoyed the videos. I loved the feedback for the Karn video. I really like the Karn and we'll make more decks with it. And if you like control decks or even mid-range decks, don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the games. I hope you will like them. Alright, so we are going second. We have pretty good hand. It would be really amazing on the play. But right now we give our opponent a chance to get into play, and it seems that we are against mono blue, so that's definitely not great. Mono blue is extremely strong against any kind of slower deck, especially if they can take, the tutors. Basically, Impulse is a tutor, right? More or less. They definitely have a counterspell after Impulse. Oh man, this will be such a hard game to win. I think we need to get rid of the tap lands. Against this kind of deck, oh man, even first is actually a huge play. I think we counter it. I really think it's too much value. We need to grind them out of counter spells. If they draw 3 cards and discard like 1 island, we need to hope, like, you basically need to hope that they got flooded or something like this. So for this reason, we'll play a bit of a different, weird magic. We'll keep casting spells that are cheap. So Syncopate will still hit it, but not Make Disappear. We need to make sure that, like, we get into the least possible counter spells possible. Yeah, that was a sentence. Alright. Like, we cannot get better than this, so that's our best chance to win this. Sure. We need to grind them 1 for 1 until one of us whiffs, basically. And hopefully it will be our opponent. I want to use Takenuma to get Raffine back. So I will actually use this mana. Mana is not wasted against this deck because they have a lot of mana-based counter spells like Syncopate and Make Disappear. So we will get... Ooh, Emperor. Emperor and Underdog, those are good cards. Those are actually good cards. I think we'll take Raffine. Raffine is pretty cheap. Oh, nice. Actually nice. They do know about Raffine. I'm thinking about casting a Ganjo. This will be a super tricky matchup. Oh man, so many hard counter spells so far. I think I really want to maximize, like, when I'm out of, you know, threats, game is kinda over. So you need to make sure that you try to make every counterspell as hard as possible, but it's definitely hard to play. But as you can see, he's starting to go 2 for 1, which is amazing. This is one of the few ways we can finally close this matchup. I don't think Doc will be worth it. Like, it's cool 1 damage a turn, but it's 1 damage a turn. Alright, so let's go with the Tenacious Underdog. Like, it's a decent card. First we attack, of course. Fading Hope. Do we kill it? It denies us a card and denies his Scry. I think it's worth it. I honestly think it's worth it. I think he might even counterspell this. We will see, but it's definitely something he will consider countering. Okay. Okay, we got him into top deck mode. Let's see how good his top deck is. If he will draw first for Discovery, I will literally rage quit. Alright. He definitely didn't want to see the Blitz, so let's give him the Blitz. Smork. I've been playing enough mono blue that I know what hurts. Okay, this is actually a pretty good draw. Not the perfect one, but definitely something. Alright, I would love to play the dog, but we are at end step. And our opponent does not seem to draw what he needs, which is amazing. Unfortunately, we will pain ourselves quite a lot to play the underdog. But we start to have a decent shot. Alright. Interaction. You actually don't mind this kind of stuff. Like, he's basically losing cards just to gain a single turn. Oh, Kaito. Kaito is pretty strong card. And you know what? I think it's worth it. I probably should have checked if I have the correct mana, but he only has 1 card. And when we start drawing every turn for free, this is how we can reverse the tempo completely. Our opponent just randomly draws card. Impulse is amazing draw. Probably second best after first, but it's okay. Jean. Yeah, that's why I have the Infernal Grasp. Alright. You have only 1 card. And that's not enough, my friend. We will also play Raffine. Guys, we actually won this. Against Mono Blue. They should have very good edge against us. Top 500 nearly. Oh man, this is not a good start. I think this is a mulligan. Especially that most of our best cards are double white and we don't have a single white right now. Yeah, I think this is a mulligan. New hand is exactly the same bet as the previous one. So, thank you Shuffler for this game. I think that we are right now in huge disadvantage and we are most likely to lose the game. After the opening that we got from the Shuffler, I feel that we are super behind already. And now we will get mana screwed, it seems. Just to be sure. Oh man, it's perfect that our opponent has Adversary, probably the only creature with 1 toughness. And we have no choice. Do we? Yeah, he will name the March if we don't play anything. Now he will probably either Voidrent or Raffine, right? Like, logical would be Voidrent, because that's how we kill the Peacekeeper. But I guess then we play Raffine, so he might want to slow us down, especially we have 2 of them. The problem is that in both hands, maybe I should have mulligan to 5 man, but it always feels that when you mulligan to 5, it's just so bad that you will lose anyway. Yep, mana screwed, color screwed, and mulligan. Oh my god, Shuffler. Shuffler, Shuffler, Shuffler. Alright, let's definitely do this. And let's get rid of Anointed Peacekeeper, I guess. Like, this is the best play we have. We need to throw him down so we can survive until at some point in the game maybe we will draw our lands. Oh, but definitely insanely on the back foot. This is one of the reasons like I don't enjoy the Shuffler games, you know? I don't feel that my decisions matter this game at all. Maybe, like, to be fair, maybe I should have mulligan to 5. But I really don't feel that that would help too much. Alright, so we will see our opponent goes like relentlessly from turn 2, every single turn a play. And we are hitting third Raffine in a row. Right? Yeah, third Raffine before the third land. Legit. Oh my god. Oh my god. So guys, usually I don't even include such games, because I don't really feel that it tells you anything about the deck. Like, does it mean the deck is not great? Like, it's just pure Shuffler magic. You cannot win, and nothing you will do matters. Well, that was enjoyable, thank you. Shuffler. Alright, so we have pretty classic start with 2-drop and Kaito. However, we don't have black mana. Everything always needs to be a bit wrong with this one. That's actually super huge. The fact that we weren't able to cast this on curve and we exactly drew the wrong land the moment we needed different land is really huge. Alright, so how do we play this one out? I think they don't want to kill Dennick as much, so let's use it. It also has lifelink, so it will be a bit more useful in this regard. Alright. Field of Ruin is probably the worst land here. I honestly think we have to go for the Void Rend. Like, we need to get rid of this. And as an added benefit, we can start healing, which might be important at some point. 4-drop, is it Sharded? Sharded will be super hard. Okay, this is actually okay. We don't love seeing it, but it's okay. With Wedding Announcement we definitely have some edge, especially against Invoke Disperse, that will be cast exactly this turn, right? He didn't play a land, I think. Okay, that's some damage. Oh, hesitation. That's a new one. Alright, so he definitely does not want to trade. Do we blitz this? Yeah, I think we do. We lose some HP, but it's very awkward draw. And we don't attack with the rest. So he will take the damage on Sorin because it's not worth it. But it means that we get token, we get the card, and next turn Sorin is under siege. That would be much better before. Our opponent definitely has heavy hand, so he should hit the 5th land and there's high chance of Invoke Despair. It's not devastating, but losing Wedding Announcement will hurt. Okay, like, I'm completely fine with this. I don't think he gained too much. If he may... Okay, so if he removed Make Disappear, it means he has Invoke Despair, because that's like the only reason why you would get rid of it. Alright, so we play the land. Emperor is pretty good draw here. Yeah, I think he has Invoked Despair. However, this blocks Underdog perfectly. So I think this is the play. Oh! Another Wedding Announcement. What will be... So they will have 2 toughness. He will have Meathook for 3, so he cannot kill Dennick. but he can kill the rest. Alright, I think Emperor is much better. We do not attack because we want as many creatures as possible. There is a high chance for Meathook, but we'll try to save some creatures thanks to Wandering Emperor, and hopefully that will be a surprise for him. At least that's the plan. We will see how it works. Meathook, exactly. And he went the greedy version, exactly 3. Which is pretty expected. Alright, that's why we did it. So, do I want the... I have no idea what is better. Honestly, no idea. Let's go for token. What? Did I do something wrong? Okay, I'm bamboozled. I was sure that I put it on 2/2 token, and it should be 1/1. Oh my god, it's here. Oh my god, like I'm not sure what's going on. I thought it's vanished. Man, I need a break after this game. Alright, so how do we do it? How do we do it? I think this is the play. They might double block it, and I'm fine with it. We get the lifelink. I think they will double block it. So for this reason I'm making stops to make it a little bit awkward. But even if they double block, we have first strike, so we don't lose Dennick. Oh, they really want their Sorin. Okay, cool. We are at 24. It makes a difference. He has Meathook, he has so much stuff that hurts. And right now we get card with Kaito. We need to establish some, you know, board presence. And invoke the spell will still hurt. If not the fact that we have another wedding announcement and suddenly our creatures are numerous, let's say. And he also cannot easily attack us. He really wants to get rid of the Emperor. Because the +1 on Dennick, on the tokens, it makes every single creature that we have annoying for him. Especially that he cannot go for very huge Meathook right now. Alright, that's an interesting game. I think, even though we have 1 card to our opponent 8 cards, I think we are in a good spot, honestly. We have very big board presence. At some point we will be able to kill Sorin. There's also chance that maybe I should go completely face and ignore Sorin. Oh man, they always think I have a good card. Oh, okay, sure. Interesting choice. So he wants to hit the Emperor, I guess. He didn't want to get double blocked because this has menace, so killing token means I cannot protect the Emperor. But Emperor is still here, so that's an interesting decision. Man, do we just go ultra face and just try to kill him? Or we try to kill the Planewalkers, because we can kill both of the Planewalkers right now. Can he recover from killing both Planewalkers? I think we would go for the Planewalkers. This is just better. Our opponent actually... Guys, it's insane. Like, we had 1 card basically, he had 8. And he considered the next turn. Alright, so... That's an interesting hand. I kinda like it. We don't have very early game plays. But other than this, like Raffine... Yeah, Raffine can be very good, especially on the play, because Ward is stronger than. Let's start, of course, with the Triumph, so we fix our mana. With Meathook, we might need a lot of different mana, and we need definitely blue, because we lack it in the Raffine, like in the Esper cost. And yeah, I guess Voidrant uses the same, basically. So let's see the Sleeper. Man, the Sleeper is so annoying always. Oh, nice. So make disappear. That is nearly obvious choice, I think. It hurts. I confirm that really hurt. But what can you do? Definitely a good start for our opponent. This is basically why you have Dread Fugue in your deck, to counter your opponent to drop while you are on the draw. So definitely painful. However, Raffine goes through, and that's big. He might kill it, so he will have exactly 3 mana, so he can go Infernal Grasp and Ward, but he needs to have perfect answer. If not, Raffine goes to work, and that will be huge. We can also get rid of Meathook Massacre to start pumping Raffine. Oh, that's a trap. Insert the meme. I think he will remove it when we start to go into attack phase, but maybe? Oh, okay. So far, so good. I think we need to push the damage and push the toughness a little bit. We don't have perfect draw right now. Alright, if they play Shrouded, we cannot kill it, right? If we use the Void Rend. I don't want him drawing cards, to be honest. So yeah, we will have only 3 damage, and at upkeep we will have 4 damage, so we cannot kill the Bankbuster. Man, that's so annoying. I hate him drawing cards, like we are falling very quickly behind in value. Man, this destroyed us. That was such a good draw. But fair. In this meta sometimes you need such aggressive cards. Takenuma is interesting. If we destroy it, we only prevent 1 card. And we don't really get anything, right? We can hit some good creature. Oh, that's a hard choice. That's really hard choice. But you know what? I think it's best we have. Like, I think we need to dig into value, because right now we just have 2 removal and 2 lands. Even with Raffine it's not enough. He might wait with removal, but we don't have counterspell anyway, so you know. Okay, Tenacious Underdog is a decent hit. Unfortunately, we have to take it. Oh no. No, Tenacious Underdog, we didn't want you. Alright. I think we go for the Blitz, just because we try to pump Raffine. He might kill Raffine in response, but he didn't have the card last turn. So I believe he only drew 2 cards, so the chance is realistic, and he seems to have it, but it was worth the risk. And we don't have counter anyway, so it's not like we could prevent it, really. Alright, we still want to draw a card. Our enemy did not draw a card, that's also important. But definitely on the rough side. Tenacious Underdog needs to do a lot of work, and Takenuma was a correct decision in retrospect. Like, this gave us so much potential for plays. Underdog. Alright, let's eat this Invoke Despair. Oh, nice. Alright, let's see how he plays it. No Blitz. No Blitz. But he will just screw the Bankbuster, right? So right now he's thinking about drawing card or just attacking, and I think he made a good choice. Card is more valuable. Alright, so how do we play it? We definitely want the land. We have a lot of stuff to play. So he will draw a card and then do some horrible dirty things to us. I think Dennick is the play. But yeah, pretty rough game. We are definitely gambling on some draws that our opponent shouldn't have. Like, if he has Invoked Despair, I don't think we can win this, but he doesn't seem to have it. I think he would have cast it before. Alright, now the question, do we kill this? I think we do. Oh my god, I don't have the right mana. So I would use the Void Rend, but I think I tapped wrong? Yeah, I forgot Field of Ruin always has this insane high priority, even if it has literally no targets. So Tapper just never taps it, even if it's the optimal play. So my bad, I should remember about it. Alright, that's only 3 damage. So he definitely wants to draw with the Bankbuster. And I cannot blame him. The fact that he didn't attack with the sleeper means that he really wants to use this mana. Alright, let's see what he cooks. I really fear despair. I feel despair when I think about despair. Alright. So, a lot of underdogs so far. Not the worst case, to be honest. Alright, so if we target anything with this, he will use 1 and 2, so he will pump it to 3/3 and we cannot kill it. Unless it's Infernal Grasp. Oh man, we actually have to do it, I think. I don't like our options, definitely. We need something like Meathook Massacre. We are taking damage, so he will keep attacking with underdogs and sleepers that he wants to activate with mana. So our options are not great, and man, Field of Ruin just hates us. Alright. Alright. I think we just killed... The problem is that he knows about this Voidrant. It's so irritating, because this suggests that we should use Voidrant instead of March, because then he makes worse plays overall. Do we attack with Dennick? We could just go full aggression. I don't think he can kill us. You know what? I like this idea quite a lot. We also get to draw some cards, and with Lifelink we have a little bit more options, but he will pump it to 3/3. Oh man, so we cannot really... Yeah, he will crew, but we still get to draw a card, so it's the same. But yeah, it's hard to be aggressive against so many sleepers and so much black mana. It feels that the game is slipping away from us, but we are still in it, but I think it's like 70% our opponent will take it. That's how I feel at this moment. We'll see what the draws are. March is pretty huge. Oh, Raffine. Raffine is something we definitely needed before, but you know, if we play Raffine and attack with Dennick and the dog, we might make a pretty huge lifelink. Oh man, do we actually go for kill? We could kill the Bankbuster, but we need to exile Voidrant. I don't like it at all. I think we don't die this turn, so we should have at least one more turn. And with March we can heal something like 6 life, you know, without exiling cards. It's hard to balance value. Our opponent has 3 cards here. Man, this Bankbuster, because of the make disappear, because of Dread Fugue, that was such a big difference. This is basically what we are struggling. 3 cards, those are the Bankbuster cards. Okay, that's a strong attack. Oh no, if he has removal, I think he won, right? Oh man, we'll have to make very bad plays right now. So, how much is the damage? It's already 7-10. We need to block the Bankbuster, but I want to kill the Bankbuster, to be honest. It's the most annoying card. He has 5 mana, so 1, 2... Okay, so 2 and 3. Okay, so I think this is probably the best block. Or actually this one, because with this block he needs to use mana to pump the damage. Here with Underdog he doesn't need to do anything to deal 3. But it's definitely a problem. Let's see how he will use this mana. Yeah, he will split them perfectly. Okay, now we know all. Oh man, we actually need to exile everything and just go pure top deck mode. Oh man. I guess let's kill this one. But to be fair, I think the correct decision would be to kill the Bankbuster, because probably the only out we have is Meathook Massacre. and we cannot kill vehicles with this, so I think it would be better play, because I'm not sure if other cards can do it. Yeah, when we play it, he will just overwhelm us. Well, that was a good game, my friend. Well played.